What's going on, guys? This is Kevin, aka 18 Wheeler Gamer here, bringing you guys a new video here on the channel. Today I'm joined by three of my very good friends: Oathkeeper Bry, uh,
Hello.
John Scarborough, the Scotsman,
I
and Gemini. Also, as you can see, they have the Smurf names. I just realized that. I just realized the cursors over your names is going to show you guys' Smurf names. We're using my mod call, or in my server, because that's where we are. But anyway, that's beyond the point. Today we're bringing you guys a new video here. We're going to be talking about our predictions and thoughts based on the E3 announcements that they're going to announce from different companies such as Microsoft, Nintendo, Square, etc. We're going to be talking about what we think is going to be announced, kind of like what games, what surprises, all that stuff, and kind of just have a nice conversation and see if what you guys think and if you agree with us and all that stuff. So E3 is going to be starting in a week from it begins on the 12th, right?
Yes.
a week from
June 12th.
when we're recording this about.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
It begins the 12th, which is this Saturday by the time this video drops. Nintendo's Direct is going to be on the 15th. Not Sony. Microsoft has a big presentation, all that stuff. But let's start with what the companies, what's some of the minor, because we're mainly focusing on Nintendo-based stuff, but we have a couple of thoughts on a few other companies that are going to be at E3. So what do we want to start with?
I mean, if we want to talk about Microsoft first, I think the main thing I think they're definitely going to show some of is Halo Infinite.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
They're definitely going to show something. I don't know how much, but because they've already shown gameplay for it, so I think it's definitely possible that we'll see a bit more.
Yeah.
So I think that's basically a given. The other thing I'm hoping that we actually see is more of Perfect Dark, because they announced it at the Game Awards, but they didn't really go into what it's going to be, because whether it's like a sequel or a remake or a reboot or anything. But I do hope we see a bit more of that.
I honestly don't remember
That would be
that one
quite
from
cool.
the Game Awards, if I'm being honest.
It
Me
was,
neither.
it was right after Sephiroth announced.
Oh, that's right. I remember that one now. I do remember that one. Yeah, I definitely think with Microsoft, it was kind of weird because this is one that something I wanted to talk about. With in 2019 E3s, or during Microsoft's presentation in 2019, they talked about Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. Well, the Skywalker Saga, not the Complete Saga. And we haven't heard anything. It's been almost 2 years since we really got full-on details. We know that it's going to include all 9 movies. It's going to have DLC. It's going to have over 200 characters, open world stuff. We all know that stuff, but that was all kind of talked about over E3 plus a few trailers that we got since.
Right.
We haven't really gotten any details since. We knew it got delayed because of the pandemic, and it was supposed to come out the spring of this year, and it got delayed once again. So I don't know if it's entirely going to be shown during the Microsoft presentation, or if it's going to be shown just during E3 in general, because it's not Microsoft's game. It's Traveler Tales. But they're obviously not exclusive to Microsoft because they're releasing it on the Switch, they're releasing it on Steam, PS4, and all that. So it's kind of interesting that they showed it during Microsoft's presentation, but I'm hoping that we do get a little bit more information on that, at least a dang release date.
That would be good.
Right. Yeah.
That would be nice to see.
Because that's something that I've been looking forward to. John has been looking forward to it.
I mean, can you tell?
We have a little bit. We have the Baby Yoda shrine. We have a lot of Star Wars stuff.
Oh yes,
there.
the Baby Yoda strain.
And an interesting question with that is, do you think it's possible that they, like, because you said DLC, do you think it's possible that that DLC could be something like, could have like a Rogue One episode or like a
That's what.
Clone Wars episode?
So
Yeah, I'd love to see stuff like that.
see, in previous Lego games that they've done, so like I didn't personally play this. Well, I did, but I didn't get to this part. In the Marvel's Avengers DLC or Lego video game they released a DLC where you got character skins from certain movies, as well as a mission that's not in the original game that you get if you buy that DLC. So they definitely could do that with the Star Wars. I feel like they're gonna do that with the spin-off ones, Mandalorian. I think they said there's definitely gonna be something for Bad Batch. I think.
Oh, they'd be stupid not to.
So like,
Because the thing is,
Mhm.
I don't think I've got anything to have. But the Lego are doing a thing where with models coming out starting late or like middle of 2020, if you bought a certain Lego model, like for example this 8080, it would come with a code in the instruction booklet. If you used it in the Skywalker saga, it would give you the minifigures that were in the model in game.
Yeah.
As well, and in some cases, I think you'd also get the vehicle as a usable vehicle, like
See that-
with like the Millennium Falcon or something.
Yeah, see, that's something that it's going to be interesting to think about if they're finally going to... I just want a release date, because like, I know that they're delaying it to make it a good game, but it's Lego. It's Star Wars. I want!
You and me both. I've been starved of it. I never played any of the, like, the Force Awakens ones and stuff.
I didn't play that one either.
Like, the last one I played was Complete Saga. So,
I
it's
played...
going to be jarring for me for there to be
I
voice
played a
acting.
little bit of Complete
Yeah.
Saga, but
It's going to be...
I mean, that's the one big thing for me is, like, I know all the Lego games recently have had voice acting, and that's been a common thing for a long time. The last one I played came out in 2007.
Yeah.
I'm very used
I think
to
they
the
started...
old sort of
I think they started
old...
voice acting in 2012, around that
Yeah,
time.
something like that. It was a fair while ago.
Yeah.
But I never played any ones with voice acting, so I'm used to sort of like voice humor.
Yeah. I've played...
That
I haven't
They
played all
have,
of them,
and
but I have played
I've
some
never
of
actually looked into them, but I'm hoping they haven't got rid of that humor. I don't think they will have, because that is the Lego game, that humor. So
They haven't gotten rid of...
I doubt that humor will be gone completely, but
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how much of it's gone compared to voice acting.
Also, your camera's frozen.
but the only other thing for Microsoft I feel like is possible that we could see is Mass Effect will continue, whatever that is going to be, because
God.
you recently got the trilogy. I don't remember the name for it, but whatever they called the trilogy of like the remastered games. But he said Mass Effect will continue. I very much hope that that's the actual title of the next game. But I feel like there's a chance. I don't know if it's like a certainty, but I think there's a chance that we could see a bit more of that because they do own that.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing. It's Microsoft and Bethesda that are doing it together. That's going to be the interesting thing to see too. But
Well, there's my segue. I was wanting to talk about Bethesda.
oh well, I guess go ahead with that.
There's my segue. So yeah, sorry to jump on the floor over there, but Bethesda is one that I'm going to be watching quite closely because I want information on Starfield so badly. So for those of you that aren't aware, Starfield is Bethesda's first new RPG title in over 25 years, and it's based in space. So it's basically going to be like Skyrim or Fallout in space.
That'd be pretty
And
cool.
I'm so excited. And because we've not heard much about it other than the fact that it's a thing.
Yeah.
They've not shown gameplay, they've not shown video footage, they've shown nothing other than the logo.
Yeah.
So hopefully we hear more about that.
That kind of reminds me of something else I'm going to bring up in a little bit.
They'll probably also show stuff for Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76. But I would also like to see something on Elder Scrolls 6.
I'm not hoping for that.
Oh, they probably won't because they did say
I'm
that
not
they
holding my
won't
breath.
release Elder Scrolls 6 until Starfield is completed and released.
Yeah.
That
Or
has been something
or
they've
even just kind of like a
said.
teaser, kind of be like, it's on the way. I mean,
They did one of those in 2016, 17. Like they basically showed off the logo and a really cool like mountainside shot.
because that reminds me of something I was going to bring up later.
I feel like
on.
that's like it's. I feel like Elder Scrolls 6 is like a GTA 6 thing at this point.
That's something
Elder
I
Scrolls
actually.
Online
not-
and
It's actually
Yes,
funny.
no.
Online are both making too much money and they're not going.
It's actually funny that you
they're not
mentioned
eager
GTA
to
6.
like lose that anytime.
It's different than that though because the difference is with GTA you've got GTA 5 with the online part integrated, whereas Elder Scrolls Online and Elder Scrolls Skyrim are two different things. So they can very well go and release another single player experience game while also making fat stacks of cash out of their online game.
It's interesting too that you
That's
mentioned
fair.
GTA 6 because I actually read something online that some people are hoping that they tease GTA 6 at E3. I personally
I
don't
am
think they
too.
go. I
Oh, I don't.
as cool as that would
They
be,
probably will, because
I don't see it
when-
happening, especially with the fact that they integrated GTA 5 to the PS5 and Xbox,
Yeah.
the new Xbox.
Mhm.
So they're still
We've
they're
seen more of
still
that.
adding new things to GTA 5, but they
Right.
have hinted at GTA 6 as a thing.
Well, they're not adding things to GTA 5. They're adding things to GTA Online. That's the difference. If
Well,
they
yeah.
took the step and made GTA Online its own entity,
Yeah.
so it's like Elder Scrolls Online. It's
Well, because
not
I'll be well,
tied to another game.
because I'll be
Because then
honest.
what
when
they
I-
could do is they could release Elder Scrolls 6
Yeah.
and make the world of Elder Scrolls 6 a part of GTA Online
Yeah.
as existing.
That makes sense.
So all your assets and everything you've got in GTA Online already, you can then just use in the new GTA 6 map.
I still don't think we'll get an official, like, maybe again the same thing, maybe a quick tease like as a logo, but like
It's
I don't-
happening, guys. It's
I don't.
happening.
But at that, it's just gonna be like, I don't see it happening for at least another maybe 3 to 4 years.
Oh no, yeah,
down
it's
the
not
line.
happening for a while.
Was there anything else with like Microsoft or those little areas? I know you said.
I mean,
Oh.
that's it with Microsoft and Bethesda. It's gonna be interesting to see them do like a presentation together.
Yeah.
But
Because I'll probably, if all things go well, I hope to react to the Nintendo Direct Live, which we'll get to that in a little bit. But the Microsoft one, I'll probably just listen. Like, I don't see myself reacting to it and all that. I mean, it just depends on. It really just depends. Because like I watched the Sony thing they did a couple months ago, and it was like.
oh wait, actually, I thought of one other thing.
Okay.
I think there's a chance that we might see more of Fable.
Please, please,
Yeah,
please,
I could see
please,
them doing
please,
something.
please,
I can see it.
please.
I could see.
Because they did that trailer, which didn't really show much of anything about the game. It was just, it's happening, and there's a fairy that got eaten by a frog, and that's all you got. So, maybe they'll actually show gameplay? Oh, I don't know, but I don't know.
What were you gonna say, John, about something else?
Well, it's more of a completely unrelated tangent more than anything.
Wow.
So we can save it for later.
Square Enix. I want to talk about
Okay.
something from
No
Square real quick.
expertise.
More Final
Okay.
Fantasy.
There's
Final
gonna,
Fantasy 16 was confirmed.
there's gonna be something for Final Fantasy without a doubt.
I
With the
think
amount
it's
of,
maybe 16.
go ahead,
16 was confirmed. There's no release date,
Yep.
which is why I said that. There's no release date for 16. They originally said that it was going to be an Xbox as well, but it's not. It's only PlayStation 5 exclusive.
Oh wow.
I think it's pretty likely that we're going to see something from Final Fantasy
I'll be
16
shocked if
there.
there's not. I'll be shocked if there's nothing. I'll genuinely be shocked with the amount of hype that's been going into it. I'll be shocked.
Right.
And
I
with
don't think
that,
that's-
I think
I mean, I personally have
Go,
never.
Frank.
I personally have not really played Final Fantasy. I want to.
They're pretty good games.
But I have, like, obviously I know kind of like the main concept of them. Like, I played the demo for the remake a couple months ago with the whole,
Final Fantasy 7.
yeah, when that came
I
out.
was going to say, with that, I think
I could see them doing
I'm
that.
good.
I could see them doing
I'm
that
good.
too. I could see them remaking some other big titles too.
well, no,
Yeah.
because the thing is, I can see them maybe something about Remake Part 2, but at the same time, I'm like, they're probably going to focus on 16, and Intergrade just came out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's also, I also think in some ways it's unlikely they'll see 7 Remake Part 2.
You
Oh,
never know. It's
You never know.
because there's always those there's always those surprises. There's always gonna be those surprises that we don't know. Like there's always those titles that no one sees coming every year. You know.
With
right, you're going to say something?
that, I think that they just ended Union Cross, which is the mobile game for Kingdom Hearts.
I
So they
was
probably have
thinking-
something. They have probably something planned, either another
think
mobile
that, yeah.
game or a console game.
I
They literally
don't.
just ended Union Cross
I-
after
I-
5 years.
Yeah, I don't see them. I don't see a main series game being announced
Well,
again.
we're not
Maybe.
getting Kingdom Hearts 4 in like years.
Well, not even.
Yeah.
It's not
I
even.
thought it would be
It's
announced, but
It's not even Kingdom Hearts 4 because I don't see them going straight to 4. I see them kind of maybe doing like a Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance kind of game.
We're not getting Kingdom Hearts 4 in like years.
no, we're not getting that for a few years.
I could see maybe something like that. Again, I kind of lean towards the more unlikely side for that, but I want to say again, you never know. To
It's been
go,
almost a year since Melody of Memories was announced, so I mean,
Melody
Yeah.
of Memories was literally last year.
and that came out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
yeah.
Last year.
That one came out
It's
of
been
nowhere
about a
too.
year since it was announced, so I think there's definitely a chance that we could get. There are these announced that they're working on a new project for.
Well, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that I read somewhere. The games that they're gonna show at E3, most of the games that they're gonna announce, they've said, is gonna come out in 2021, early 2022.
Right.
And it's gonna be interesting to say because like there's some times when they've announced a game that's not gonna come out for maybe like a year and a half later. So it's kind of interesting that they're gonna say that they are keeping things exclusive for the rest of 2021 and early 2022. So like,
Right.
probably nothing that's gonna be over a year wait. Now, if that's the case, we don't know. Again, it's all just rumors. It's all just things. We don't know anything. I'm not obviously gonna read something and be like, oh, and get my hypes ready. I'm
Right.
going into these presentations ready for whatever they announce and all that. Obviously, I have my hopes. Obviously, I have what I would like to see. And that's what this video is all about. Going along to the Square Enix route, I definitely think we're gonna get something with the Avengers because they've announced something with the DLC that's gonna include a whole new story with the Black Panther. And they've been introducing characters. So like they introduced Hawkeye. They're supposed to release Spider-Man, which I don't think it's come out yet. But this is actual story DLC, and the first one is supposed to be Black Panther. And they've been saying that they wanna do that. It's funny that I mentioned Spider-Man. I just wrote them wearing my Spider-Man shirt. So it'll be interesting to see if they kind of maybe do that, give us more details on Black Panther, and maybe kind of be like, hey, this is also a thing, because
Right.
I played the Avengers. It was a great story. I love the game. I definitely want to bring it back to the channel at some point when the DLCs come out. But
Well,
it's like, what else could we possibly do? Because it's not a part of cinematic universe, but it's going to be interesting to see what they could include to kind of like get hype up, because obviously,
I mean, that's the thing. They're going to want to get hype up about it because of how poorly the Avengers. So,
you
'cause
cut
they
out
got a
there,
very-
Ryan. You cut out a little bit.
Get out.
well, I think they're going to want to try to at least, if they have something coming for it, they're going to want to at least try to get some hype for it, which is going to be difficult because of how the Avengers game got a very negative response.
It did. It really shouldn't
Yeah.
have, but it did.
Yeah.
It had a really bad launch, I think.
Yeah.
I think that was definitely a part of it. I mean,
I
watched
love
a
the
lot
game.
of
I
different
personally
reviews from
love the
it.
game, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Marvel fan, but I really personally enjoyed it.
I mean, I'm not knocking the game. I've never played it. I'm just going to watch it.
Oh, right,
I haven't
yeah,
seen
yeah.
it. I've seen a lot of reviews of it, and I mean, I don't know, but I think my point being, because of the negative reception it got, I think if there's something coming for it, they're going to want to try to drive up more hype for it.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think we're definitely going to see something for it, and they can certainly try. I don't know how successful
Yeah.
they're going to be, but they can certainly try.
I'm curious on your guys' thoughts about Among Us. Do you guys think we're gonna get details on Among Us at E3, or do you think not?
They might. Maybe they'll show off a color.
Yeah. Maybe another color.
Update is coming. So yeah, I think there's a chance. The thing with that is I don't know exactly where they would show it.
To me, I don't know if they would consider Among Us huge for E3. If that makes sense.
I mean, it is an indie game.
It's just interesting to see. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Well, I mean, here's one thing. They confirmed that it's coming to PS4 and Xbox. Or is it on Xbox already? I don't know.
No, I don't think it's on Xbox yet.
So, it's already on Switch. It's on mobile.
It's
It's on
mobile,
Steam.
PC.
And it's coming to both Microsoft and Sony. So, and Sony's on to E3. So they could probably be included in the Microsoft thing, because again, kind of like what they did with Star Wars, it's not a Microsoft game, but it's on the platform. It's going to be interesting to see. Like maybe they do a little trailer and say like, hey, it's this is when it's coming out.
Oh.
Because the other thing that they kind of going along is Fall Guys. Because Fall Guys is coming to
Right.
Switch, and it's also confirmed for Xbox. They could probably do the same thing.
Switch until like August, right?
They haven't given a
Yeah.
release date. They've just said summer 2021.
Summer. Yeah.
It's just something I thought about because like it's, what they could do, because there's obviously no new map that we know of unless somebody just drop it and be like, hey, by the way, map number 5 is in development.
Yeah, they could do
Because
that.
I heard a rumor that actually, that again, nothing confirmed. The updates that we know is that there's 15 player lobbies coming soon, and there's gonna be like 8 new colors that they're dropping. That's really it. So like, is that really worth showing at E3? I guess is what I'm getting at.
I mean, if there is a new map, I think there's a good chance that it'll be another Henry Stickmin themed map. Because, I mean, that's what the,
Yeah.
Probably.
So I think overall, I think there's a chance that I might see Among Us, but I don't know.
It's one of those wins where it's like they could, but they couldn't. It's really, it's gonna be interesting.
But,
Anything
okay.
else non-Nintendo related? Because I don't know, Nintendo's the big one.
Okay. This is my time. I'm gonna have my Capcom moment. Okay.
Okay.
Firstly, I don't know why, but I have this strange feeling we're going to see something related to Mega Man. I have no idea what it
I can
is.
see it.
I feel like we're going to see
That would be cool.
something related to Mega Man. It
I
could
can
be,
see
it could be, it could be Mega Man 12. It could be Mega Man X9. Probably not, but like, and even if it's just like a spin-off, I feel like we're gonna see something related to Mega Man.
I can
But
see
the
it.
thing that I really want to talk about Capcom, I think we're going to see something Resident Evil. And there are 3 main ideas I have. One is going to be DLC for Village. I think there's definitely a good chance that we could see Village DLC, especially because if, in like the art for Village, there's a part of it that says that they were originally planning on having Ada Wong, who's a character from the series, be in the game, but they eventually had to cut her. So I was thinking, just an idea, if they did DLC for it, it could be centered around her. So that was one idea. The other 2 ideas I had were a PS5 version of Resident Evil 7, because one of the biggest, I think one of Village's biggest strengths was how it used the DualSense, because feeling that like the haptic feedback of like actually like feeling using the guns was really cool in the game. So I think I think there's a chance that they could announce like some sort of PS5 version of 7, because it's using the same engine, it's just updated now, but with like the DualSense capabilities. I think that would be really cool. And the one other idea I had of something is it would announce a remake of Resident Evil 4 that's been like theorized for a while. I personally would rather see them remake Zero or Code Veronica before they did 4, because I feel like not just that, and I before I say this, I don't think any game needs a remake, but I really think that games like Code Veronica and Zero, and even 1, which is, for people who don't know Resident Evil, 1 remake is a thing that exists, but it was still in the era of Resident Evil when they were doing the fixed camera angles, and 4 was the game that started the third person, like, over the shoulder angle. And then in recent we got 2 Remake and 3 Remake, which took those original games which had the fixed camera angles and changed it to like the over the shoulder third person angle and like really modernized them. So it's been rumored for a while that they're going to do a remake of 4, but 4 already has that like, over the shoulder third person camera angle.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'd be really cool to get a remake of another one of the games that still has the fixed camera angles, like Code Veronica or Zero or but
Makes sense.
well, I think we're going to see something Resident Evil from Capcom. I
Yeah.
think those are 3 ideas of what we could see, and I hope it's something. But okay, that was my Capcom moment. We can move on.
Alright, I think now we're up to Nintendo, which is a lot of big ones.
Okay, there was one other thing I wanted to get out of the way with Nintendo. We're not seeing the Switch Pro.
No, we're not. I don't.
We're not seeing the Switch
No,
Pro.
I don't think we're seeing a Switch Pro.
They have never. They
I had to
have.
say that.
They're not. I don't personally think they're going to show the Switch Pro because E3 is about the games mainly.
Software.
It's not about. It's not
They
about.
literally said they're showing off. They're only showing off software.
Yeah. So I don't.
They're not showing hardware.
If they
We're not
show,
seeing the Switch Pro.
if they show the Switch Pro, it's gonna be like a few minutes quick thing. It's gonna be like, this is the coming Switch Pro. This is what you can do with it. This is the features. Now on to the next title. It's not gonna be anything big in my opinion. They're gonna save that for more of like a direct or not a direct.
I think it's going to be its own announcement. I think if
Yes.
they were going to talk about the Switch Pro during E3, they would have already announced it. And
Right.
so unless they announce it days before E3, which I don't think they're going to do, we're not going to see anything from it. Because they literally said we're only talking about software. We're not talking about
Right.
hardware. So just to put that out there.
I don't
Not seeing
personally
Switch
think
Pro.
so either.
I don't think so either.
Okay, but moving on.
One of the big things that I want to see that I think is possible and others think possible too is Mario Kart 9, or at least the next Mario Kart,
Yeah.
Right.
because Mario Kart 8,
I think it's possible. Like
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch was just a remake of the one that was on the Wii U, and they added the DLC on the Switch one. That was you had to buy in the Wii U, and plus I think like
and
two
they
new
like
characters.
it made an actual battle mode.
Yeah, so I want to see a new one. I want to see new courses. I want to see some new characters. I would love to see another Mario Kart finally come out, and I think now's the time that we get one. Could it happen? I think so. Is it possible? Yes. Is that going to be one of the big things? It's hard to tell.
Mario Kart came out in 2017 when the Switch came out.
Right.
It was one of the launch.
Well, because here's
One of the titles, yeah.
because the other thing is this: Mario Kart is also kind of like Smash Brothers. There's only
Right.
one on one console.
Right.
That's
why
I think that's the only thing. That's the only kind of reason I'm hesitant on Mario Kart 9. But it would be its own game for the Switch.
Right.
That's the thing. I think when they make Mario Kart 9, I think it's going to be a Switch Pro game. I think they'll likely also release it for the base Switch. But I
Probably.
think it's going
Yeah.
to be more about the Switch Pro.
It
At
could
least there's a
be.
chance.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
I mean, they could do
that
with
thought-
it. I mean,
we don't
it's
even know
possible
what
they
the
could do
Switch Pro is. We don't know if it's going to be a new console or if it's going to be kind of like a Nintendo 3D. Like what they did with the DS Lite and DSi.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say, but
It really is.
Right.
Either
'Cause we
way,
don't know anything.
I just want to finally see a new Mario Kart game because it's been a long time since we got one.
I think it's certainly possible. I think if
So-
we're talking about Mario, John, go ahead.
What were you gonna say, John?
Well, it's not Mario Kart, but it's something that, as of very recently, I thought might become a thing.
What's that?
What's that?
New courses in Super Mario Party.
Yeah.
Just like the only reason I'm even considering it is because they did the update with online play.
Well, what about a possibility of doing another Mario Party game?
That's what
Well, here's the thing: if they were going to do a new Mario Party, why would they all of a sudden update the one they've had out for a year
Exactly.
and a half?
That-
Online
Okay,
play?
this is what I was about to say. I think that they're going to announce the next Mario Party, whether it's Super Mario Party 2 or whatever they call it. They're going to announce it, and to your point, oh, why would they add online? I think that they did that to play test online for Mario Party. I think they did it so they could test out
It's
how
not a-
online could work.
You know, you're not wrong. I can see
For
that.
Mario, and then the next Mario Party is going to just have
Because I'm
it
almost
from the
positive.
beginning.
I'm almost positive too that they released this Mario Party trailer at the E3 a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was
Right.
released at E3 2018, I think.
2018.
Yeah, that Mario Party's been out for a while.
So it's
It
possible.
was announced E3 2018,
But
it
it's
was
not-
released a little while later.
But to add new courses is not a bad idea either. So I mean,
I think
it's
it's possible, but if they have been developing the next Mario Party, I don't think it's as likely. It's still possible,
the thing.
but I
Well,
don't think
because
it's likely.
the other thing is, it's the same thing what I was saying. But Mario Party has had at least 2 or 3 games on each console.
Right.
So we're definitely gonna get another one at some
100.
point.
True.
Well, speaking of Mario, Mario Golf comes out this
Oh,
month.
we're definitely gonna see a little bit of that.
That
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
see
get,
some
like,
of
a
that,
full
yeah.
trailer.
that'll probably
Comes out the
something.
25th of June.
I forgot that was a thing.
Honestly, so
I
did
think
I.
okay. I
Switch
think we're gonna
exclusively.
get, I think we're gonna get a story mode trailer to go a bit more into that because they revealed the entire roster. So there's not really much to do with that. But I think if anything, we'll get a story mode trailer.
I'd be alright with that.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on a stretch with this one and say, with the announcement and the drop that Kingdom Hearts came out on PC, is it finally time for Kingdom Hearts to come out on Nintendo consoles?
I think it's possible.
Because
It's possible.
it would be pretty good on Switch, in my opinion.
It would be very good on Switch.
It's
It would probably do really well on the Switch as
It
well.
would.
Seems like
It's
the
been-
kind of game that's.
with the fact that it used to be exclusive to Sony only until Kingdom Hearts 3, and then it got released on both PS4 and Xbox. Like, I'm not just talking the spin-off games. I'm talking the main
Every
series games.
Every main series game is on Xbox now.
That and on PC.
On PC.
So, is it
I mean,
finally
they could
time for it to
certainly
come on
release all in
Switch?
one.
Because Melody of
it's-
Memories came out on every console.
Mhm.
So could that be its way to kind of say, hey, welcome to Switch, or welcome to Nintendo? And then they can drop the trailer that it's coming to. They're dropping the trailer that Kingdom Hearts is coming to Switch, and then the next trailer, Sora comes to Smash. Boom.
I'm sorry, but I think Sephiroth destroyed those chances.
He did. He
I-
did.
I
Yeah,
think
Sephiroth
it'd be
kinda
very
showed the
cool to see
chances.
Sephiroth.
I was only
Right.
slightly kidding when I said that. But again, it's gonna be one of those
I think
surprise
it's
things.
very cool to see Sora, but I think Sephiroth kind of took away from that.
Well, here,
but if we're talking about Smash,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I think we're definitely getting one.
At least one
I think
character is
it's
finally getting it.
possible that we see both. I don't know
If
for
they
sure,
do
but
what they
it's
did in
definitely
2019, they
possible.
opened one and ended with one.
They could do that.
The thing with that is that they did both Hero and Banjo-Kazooie, so they had one that appealed more to the West and one that appealed more to Japan, and because
Right.
If there's
Dragon
one,
Quest is incredibly popular in Japan, but they don't really know much about Banjo-Kazooie, and Banjo-Kazooie was one of the most requested characters in the West, but Dragon Quest isn't as popular here. So they did that to just draw up hype from both sides of the
if there's
pond,
one
if you will.
character who I feel like is a pretty good candidate, is Crash Bandicoot.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that, yeah, Crash Bandicoot would be a good.
Considering it's on the Switch and stuff now.
Crash has been someone that people and it would represent the Sony franchise.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Well,
again,
if we're talking the Sony franchise,
Mhm.
Spyro.
Yep,
Spyro,
Spyro's
yeah.
another one.
Yeah,
Spyro-
so the two Toys for Bob game.
One of them is getting in at somehow. I feel like it's more Crash than Spyro. As much as I would love Spyro, Crash has been the more requested one since Brawl.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, if we're getting a Toys for Bob character, it's going to be Crash. The thing with Crash is that I feel that I think it certainly still has a high chance of getting in. I feel like if he was going to get in, I feel like it would have already happened. I feel like they would have.
I feel like
done it.
Well,
Now,
the thing
it
is,
could
if they
have
wanted
been-
to save, they could probably want to save him for a big thing, kind of like what E3 would be that time, because that's what they did with Banjo.
You're in Sephiroth?
Sephiroth, it was a big thing. That was the Game Awards.
Yeah, but that's my point. That's the thing, because everybody thought that Crash was going to get revealed at the Game Awards. Because
Well, they also could have been developed.
mainly because Jeff Keighley decided to comment on a post, whoa, so everybody's like, oh my god, Crash confirmed.
We also got to keep in mind the development too,
Right.
Yeah.
because they know what characters are in these DLC spots. It's the development of them. So maybe they wanted to, but it just really depends. 'Cause they knew for a couple of years now who these 6 characters are. So, and I'm gonna say it right now, a lot of people.
Well, Nintendo chose the DLC fighters.
That's what I mean.
At least the franchise.
No, that's what I mean. They know already. They know who they wanted. And I'm gonna straight up say this right now. Among Us is not one of them. I'm getting that rumor out. as awesome as that would be, it's
I
not
refuse
happening.
to believe that people genuinely believe that. I'm praying that people don't actually
They
believe
do.
that
No,
Among Us
people-
is getting to Smash.
If they do, if Among Us somehow makes it in Smash, it's either going to be with another DLC character, because I don't think they're doing another pack. If they do, it's not going to be.
Oh
For
yeah,
a
no,
while.
Sakurai confirmed that after the 2 last fighters, their development is going to be closed. This is like these are the last 2 fighters.
I don't see them doing the Among Us thing as an actual character, but they could do it as like a fighter skin for
Yeah.
Mii
They
character.
could do as a
I'm
Mii
thinking it's
costume.
going to be one of two things.
I also don't see that.
I'm thinking one of two things: Mii costume, or they decide to screw it, and they add one more character, and it's the Among Us skin or character. Because of how big it is. Because I mean, it's because Among Us is crossed over with Fall Guys. It's crossed over with whatever it is. What was that other one that crossed over with? Crossed over with something else recently.
Okay. Well, I have 2 objections to that because one, Sakurai confirmed that after these last 2 fighters, development for Ultimate is going to be closed. But other than like,
But you never know. You never know. They can say that, and
well,
he can change his mind. It's always possible.
Yes, in
Especially if
theory, but
Nintendo
also-
tells them, "Hey, you know, this is popular. Can we get them in?"
Yes, the other point is, by the time it would come out, Among Us will have lost much of its relevance. By the time it's able to be complete.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that.
I feel like they wouldn't commit to that.
I mean, I'm not saying that's what I want. I'm just trying to think of the kind of logistics of it and what possibilities.
Possible, but that we could maybe see a Mii Fighter costume, but even that I don't think is happening. I mean, but if we're the last 2 fighters, I feel like the 2 big mascots that aren't in the game yet are Crash, and the only other one really is Master Chief. Which I feel like is also kind of unlikely because we already got a Microsoft rep. We got one Microsoft rep in each fighter pass.
We've gotten 2
So-
technically, yeah.
Yeah, no, 1 in each fighter pass. So I feel like that kind of weakens Master Chief's chances.
Yeah.
But I think that's like the last. That with Crash, I feel like that's the last big gaming mascot.
It really is.
It's like the only other one left.
It really is.
So they don't really have any mascots, do they?
No.
Not really.
It's not like Mario and Nintendo.
Yeah, not really.
No, like in Smash. Those mean.
No.
No.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, the only. Yeah, I mean, that's why like the only Sony mascot really I feel like is Crash.
Yeah.
Crash.
But even that's not really a mascot anymore. It's just.
With the amount of with how much people have been wanting Crash in Smash for years now, going again all the way back to Brawl. Because this is what they did with Banjo-Kazooie. People wanted Banjo-Kazooie in the game since after Sonic was announced, and then once they showed, hey, we're bringing characters that we don't own, but we're bringing them into the game. Then people were like, they want to see Mario and Sonic and Crash, because those were the biggest 3 rivals at the time. They want to be able to see them all come together in one game. That's why I feel like Crash is more likely than any other character at this point.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Sonic, I think that there's a possibility that Eggman or Robotnik, whatever, could be one of them.
Yeah.
I think there's a possibility just with everything with Sonic. I think because I still find it weird that we never got any more Sonic reps.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's definitely possible that it could be either Robotnik or Tails. I feel like it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, I can see that.
The last few things I'm going to bring up that doesn't really need a ton of discussion. Donkey Kong, people want a new game. Maybe. I don't care either way if they do or not.
There have been rumors recently that the Mario Odyssey team has been working on new Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means it's another 2D Donkey Kong, another 3D Donkey Kong. I think it'd be very interesting to see another 3D Donkey Kong because we haven't gotten one since 64.
Yeah.
So I would actually be very interested to see a new 3D Donkey Kong. Especially
be
because
pretty cool.
basically
Yeah.
Tropical Freeze really like perfected the 2D platformer Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be much more interesting to go in a 3D direction. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know if we're going to actually see anything.
I don't think we
Uh,
are. Animal Crossing DLC or add-ons could be kind of the same.
Could be a
thing.
thing.
I don't really
Yeah.
know what they would do,
Maybe.
but you never know. The last few big ones that I think they want. A lot of people think Bayonetta 3. Again, I really don't care either way.
I don't think we're going to see anything in Bayonetta 3. I think they're going to keep working on it, especially because I feel like Bayonetta 3... Okay, so if we're going to talk about this, there's the 4 games.
Well, I wasn't
Bayonetta
making
3,
it
Metroid
big
Prime
thing.
4, Breath of the Wild sequel, and Legends Arceus.
Yes.
Those are the 4 big games that I feel like are going to need Pro.
That's
as
what I was
far
gonna-
as this, like,
That's what I was gonna
big
get to.
system.
Breath of the Wild 2 is a pretty big thing. Finally, I think we're finally gonna get something. I really don't think I don't think the game is gonna come out until at least 2022, or at least end of this year, early 2022 is what I'm guessing.
For
Breath of the Wild.
At this point, I'm thinking 2022.
But I do think Breath of the Wild is finally gonna get something. It's not gonna be anything huge, but because we got the confirmation at the last Direct. But I do think we're finally gonna get like a little bit more than something. Because it's been almost 2 years now.
We're going to see a very brief trip.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
One small. I
Um,
also do think that both Pokemon games are getting new footage.
we're gonna get something for both of them.
That
At least Diamond and Pearl remakes. At least they're gonna show a trailer for
That's
that.
the thing. I'm
I'd say
hoping
both.
we actually see...
I think both. I want to see both too, but we're definitely gonna get at least the DP remakes.
What
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
hoping with that is that we see what they're actually going to be doing with
Yeah.
DSP. I want to see what they're doing, because I know they've said, oh, they're trying to make a faithful remake. But
Right.
I want to know what they're doing that's going to be new. I want to see if they're, like... Obviously, I don't want them to reveal everything, but I want at least some confirmation that there is going to be some sort of new content. And
Yeah.
please
Or some sort of
confirm Looker.
something
confirm
from like the
Looker.
distortion
That's all I
world.
want.
Exactly. Metroid for
Metroid Prime 4. Okay, Metroid. I think that, okay. Metroid Prime 4, I think we're going to see a very brief trailer. I think...
it's been 4
think-
years.
We're not going to see very much, but I think there's a chance we can see a very brief trailer.
I think that we're finally gonna get something, seeing how long we've been waiting for this game.
I mean, it's been about 4 years since the announcement of it.
That's why, yeah.
I mean, I think that'd be kind of cute, but but I also think that there's a chance that they could announce a new 2D Metroid, because it's been a few years since the last one was Samus Returns,
Yeah.
which was basically a remake of Metroid Prime 2, not Metroid Prime 2, Metroid 2. So I think there's a chance that we could another one. It could be another remake, but I think it'd be more interesting if we saw just a brand new 2D Metroid.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be something, I hope. Well, I shouldn't say I hope, because I've never personally played any of them, but I do think it's gonna be something we're gonna get. And the last fairly big thing that I think they're gonna kind of give a little more information on is Splatoon 3.
Oh.
They're gonna probably
Okay.
show something with Splatoon 3.
As much as I want that, I'm maybe it's just because I don't want to be disappointed. I don't want to let myself become disappointed. I'm not getting my hopes up that we're going to see anything new. I would love to see like more of the gameplay, because I think what they showed in the trailer was very interesting. But because I don't think we're getting it for a while, I don't think that... It said 2022.
Yeah.
I guess maybe there is a chance that we could see a little bit of it, but I'm not getting my hopes up that we're going to...
Yeah. I get where you're coming from. It's just... Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's either gonna... I'm in the same boat. If we get it, cool. If we don't, it's fine. You know, like, there's some... The biggest things I want to see, for sure, Pokemon, Mario Kart, and Breath of the Wild. Those are kind of like the biggest things I kind of want to get more information on, or at least see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, one other thing. I think it's time that we're going to see a new Kirby. 'Cause it's been a few years since Star Allies came
That'd
out.
be cool.
It's been a
So
while.
I think it's definitely possible that we're going to see like a trailer for a new Kirby game, and I hope what it does is that I hope it's a 3D Kirby.
I'd
Because
be alright with that.
I've been doing a lot of 2D games for a while, and I played Star Allies. It was fine, but it was a little bit kind of bland, I guess. But it was still fine. But I think that it should go in a 3D direction with it. Because I think that's just a natural progression for the series. I feel like it's been building up to it for a while, but regardless, I do think that there's a definite possibility that we'll see a new Kirby game announced regardless.
Aye, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think.
that's pretty
But
much
unless anyone
a
else
lot.
has anything to say, I think that was
Yeah.
pretty much everything.
John,
Yeah, I think
Bri, do you
I
guys
got
have anything
everything.
else?
I think I got everything.
Don't really have anything else to add.
Yeah. Well, that's it. This was definitely fun. I definitely want to be down to do these kind of things in the future again, whether it's just podcasts or chill or whatever.
I mean, in
This was
theory,
fun.
after E3 is all done and over, we could do like something like a post E3 like discussion, like our
Yeah.
thoughts about it.
That's true.
We
We could.
could.
Aye, for sure.
But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys hit that like button and that subscribe button. I will also leave in the description below links to both Bri and John. Make sure you guys go follow and sub over there. I'd say Gemini, but he doesn't do content yet.
I guess you can follow me on Twitter, but there's
Yeah.
not much to see there.
But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit that like button. And with that being said, we will see you guys in the next video. Let us know down below in the comments your guys' E3 predictions. Do you guys agree with our thoughts? What kind of games would you guys like to see? All that stuff. And yeah, any final words, gentlemen?
Nope.
Not really.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching. What's up?
I didn't say it.
I thought you
I
said
never
yes.
said anything.
Okay. I thought he
I
said
heard him
yes.
say that too.
Well, anyway,
Wait a minute.
thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Peace out.
See you guys.
Wow.